Hey everybody, welcome back to the Mana Burn. This is Steve, and today we're going to be doing part 2 of the set booster box of Kaldheim that we're getting. Make sure you check out the first video. We went through the first 10 packs, looking at some of the cards, seeing kind of what's in the set. I don't have a ton of background with it. I'm just learning what the cards are. I'd rather go through the cards and just sit on the computer and read, what each card does. I like to have them in my hands, get the feel of them, stuff like that. So today we're going to go through the next 10 packs, and then we'll have another video with the third 10 packs. We're only going to go through the uncommons, rares, mythics, stuff like that that's fun to go through. I'm not going to go through all the uncommons that I've gone through before. And I'm going to be expecting that everybody watching this video has already watched the first one, so there's no need for us to keep going through the same cards over and over again. And it also helped the video go a little bit quicker. So make sure you guys don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and check out our Discord where we're going to be having raffles for cards. And if you have any questions or anything, hop in that Discord, let us know, or leave me some comments in the section below. Alright, first we're starting off with a Highland Forest. Again, great artwork. I love these. I like those cards. Oh, lots of commons. Okay. Next we're going to have a Frenzied Raider. Haven't gotten this before. It's a colorless and a red for a 2/2 Demon Berserker. Whenever you activate a Boast ability, put a +1/+1 counter on him. So Boast is a new ability, and so is Foretell. So they made a Foretell commander deck. Why didn't they make a Boast commander deck as well? I don't know. Just something I was thinking about the other day. All right, Battershield Warrior, 2 and a white for a 2/2 human warrior. Boast 2 creatures you control get +1/+1 until the end of turn. So not bad. Not bad. Pump up your cards, and boom. Oh, okay. So I have said that this is one of the best cards, top 2 or top 3 cards in the set. It's a Kaya the Inexorable, 3 colorless, white and a black, 5 loyalty counters. +1, you put a counter on up to 1 target non-token creature. It gains when this creature dies or is put into exile, return it to its owner's hand, and create a 1/1 spirit creature token with flying. -3, exile target non-land permanent. Exile target non-land permanent. That's like a Nicol Bolas ability right there. But then the ultimate, which is you get an emblem. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may cast a legendary spell from your hand, your graveyard, or from among cards you own in exile without paying its mana cost. So obviously God Tribal, this is going to be great. It's going to be great for, I mean, you're playing in whoa, Aristocrats colors as well. So graveyard play is going to be high up there. And I know it says you may cast a legendary spell. So it doesn't even have to be a creature, first of all. Second of all, it's one of those things, Sheoldred, Elish Norn, Avacyn, Angel of Hope. I mean, there's so many good black and white legendary cards out there that are going to build your deck to help you win. So then we have a Grim Dagger. Search for Glory is our rare foil for the box. Search your library for a snow permanent card, a legendary card, or a saga. Reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle your library. You gain 1 life for each snow mana spent on this. So when I first saw this card, I was like, I don't know. But then you can search your library for a legendary card for 3 mana in white. So this is going to let you go through, get, a legendary artifact. If you're playing mono white, you go get Elish Norn, Avacyn, Angel of Hope. It's really not a bad rare. Is it top tier or anything like that? I don't know, you know what I mean? I actually think it's a pretty brutal card. It's you can go search out one of your best cards in the deck, and it says search your library for a legendary card. Again, it could be any legendary. It could be a land. It could be a legendary, Captain Sisay. It could be a legendary anything. It's so good. Or a saga. I mean, some of these sagas are pretty good, so depending on your deck, it could be rather important. Here we go. We have a, oh, I think I just saw a card from the list that is a nice, amazing hit. We'll see here in a second. Alright, so speaking of sagas, we have an uncommon here. Nico Defies Destiny. 1 colorless, a white and a blue. You gain 2 life for each foretold card you own in exile. Okay. 2, add white and blue mana. Spend this to only cast foretell cards. Okay. And then 3, return target card with foretell. Alright. I mean, so foretell, you know, if you're going to play a foretell deck, that's going to obviously work in there really well. Now we have Gates of Istfell. This is one of the other ones. We've gotten 2 of them so far. Gates of Istfell enters the battlefield tap for white. And then for 2 colorless, 1 white and 2 blue, you sack it, gain 2 life and draw 2 cards. That's a lot for 5 mana, but I guess it's pretty good for late game. Vega the Watcher. We have gotten this already. It's the one where it says whenever you cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, draw a card. So obviously foretell. Saw it coming. So this is a will breaker, right? Basically, except for it's foretell, you know, instead of morph. So basically, it's 3 mana for a counter spell, or you can put it down for 2, and then whenever you need it, cast it for its foretell, which is 1 and a colorless, not bad, or 1 blue and a colorless. We have War Chanter Scald. 2 and a white for a 2/3. When it becomes tapped, if it's enchanted or equipped, create a 2/1 red dwarf berserker creature token. Fearless Liberator. 1 and a red for a 2/1. Has Boast. 2 colorless and a red. Create a 2/1 red dwarf. A dwarf berserker creature. I don't know. Those 2 are pretty bad in my opinion. Dwarven Hammer. 2 colorless and a red. When it enters the battlefield, you may pay 2 colorless mana. If you do, you create a 2/1 red dwarf berserker creature token, then attach this to it. Equipped creature gets +3/+0 and has trample. Yeah, not really worth it in my opinion. Oh, we got a mythic here. Tolraf, God of Fury. 5/4 legendary god, 2 colorless and 2 red. Trample, obviously. Whenever a creature or planeswalker an opponent controls is dealt excess non-combat damage, Torolf deals damage equal to the excess of any target other than that permanent. So basically, if I lightning bolt a land or elf, I have 2 damage left over, and I could point it wherever I want it to go. Okay. Or we use the other side, which is his hammer. Torolf's hammer. that sounded wrong. Anyways, it's 1 colorless and a red. An equipped creature has 1 colorless and a red. Tap it. Unattach Torolf's hammer. Deals 3 damage to any target. Return it to its owner's hand. An equipped creature gets +3/+0 as long as it's legendary. I don't know. Not a bad mythic. Alright, Bergstrider. A Raider's Crave. Oh, I did see it correctly. Enlightened Tutor from the list. Nice, man. Oof. I'm really excited about that. That's an awesome hit right there. Great hit. That's got to be one of the top cards on the list, obviously. I mean, maybe not the top, but maybe in top 5, top 10, right? Somebody let me know in the comments below. What is that? One of the, you know, obviously it's an amazing card. We all know Enlightened Tutor is a great card. I just don't know where it is, stacks up value-wise. Alright, Forging the Tyrite Sword. It's another saga. It's 1 colorless, a red and a white. The first 2 are create a treasure token. And then the third one is search your library for a card named Halvar, God of Battle. Or an equipment card. Reveal it, put it in your hand, and then shuffle your library. Okay. Not horrible. I mean, not great, but definitely not horrible. Gilded Assault Cart. 1 colorless and a red for a 5/1 with trample. Crew 2. If you don't know what crew is, you just have to tap creature, any number of creatures to get the power of whatever the crew number is. So if it's crew 2, you need a power of 2. You tap those and it crews it. If it was crew 5, you would need 5 power. But you sacrifice 2 treasures and return it from your graveyard to your hand. A lot of vehicles. Feeling, what's that? Kaladesh, right? Kaladesh, Aether Revolt. No, Kaladesh was a lot of vehicles, right? Colossal Plow. 2 colors for a 6/3. When it attacks, you add 3 white mana and you gain 3 life until the end of steps. Until end of turn, you don't lose this mana as steps and phases end. Crew for 6. It's actually not bad. That's actually a pretty good one in my opinion. Armed and Armored, an instant for 1 colorless and a white. Vehicles you control become artifact creatures until the end of turn. Choose a dwarf you control, attach any number of equipment you control to it. Alright, another saga. This one's a rare one. The Raven's Warning. As this enters... Oh, sorry. The first one. Create a 1/1 bird creature token with flying. You gain 2 life. Okay. Whenever one or more creatures you control with flying deal combat damage to a player, look at that player's hand and draw a card. 3. You may put a card you own from outside the game on top of your library. Yeah. I don't know about that one. Ooh, another mythic. Quakebringer. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3 packs, 3 mythics. Wow, that's awesome. So 3 red for a 5/4. Your opponents can't gain life. At the beginning of your upkeep, Quakebringer deals 2 damage to each opponent. This ability triggers only if Quakebringer is on the battlefield or is in the graveyard and you control a giant. For tail 4. I don't know. Not bad. 2 damage. Fire Emancipation, deal triple damage, stuff like that. Not bad at all. Priest of the Hunted Edge. And then a Vengeful Reaper. Again, we're not going to go through those. Alright. That's our first token so far as well. Well, our first decent token. Non-trash token, I should say. Alright, let's see. Whoop. Oh, that's pretty. Can somebody tell me, is that a boy or a girl? Could be either, right? Alright, we have a forest. Let's see. Lots of comments. Alright, so next we have a Bearded Axe. 2 colors and a red. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 for each dwarf equipment and or vehicle you control equipped to. So I could tell you this will go in the Wyclef deck that I have, my red-white equipment deck. It's not bad, because forget about the dwarf and the vehicles. I mean, it's just, yeah, a lot of equipment attached to that bad boy. You're good to go. Giant's Amulet, 1 blue. When it enters the battlefield, you may pay 3 colors and a blue. If you do, you create a 4/4 Giant Wizard token, then attach this to it. Equipped creature gets +0/+1 and has, this creature has hexproof as long as it's untapped. Okay. Yeah, I'm not, no, okay. Dragor Necromancer, 3 colors and a black for a 4/4. If a non-token creature an opponent controls would die, exile that card with an ice counter on it instead. You may cast spells from among cards in exile your opponents own with ice counters on them, and you may spend Okay, if a creature an opponent controls would die, exile it with a counter on it, and then you can cast it. Holy crap on a cracker. Alright, so I have this guy out. Let's say I give him Indestructible, I Wrath of God. All of your creatures I can then cast. If a creature an opponent controls would die, exile it. You may cast spells from among the cards. Ooh, I like this. Has nothing to do with the snow, but oh, I like that card. I am a fan. I'm curious why I haven't heard of this card yet. If a creature an opponent controls would die, you exile it. You may cast those cards. It doesn't even say until the end of turn or anything like that. It says you can cast them whenever you want. I mean, I'm assuming he'd have to be on the battlefield, but so what? Snowfield Sinkhole Foil. Oh, so pretty. So pretty. If you guys are looking to get me anything for Christmas next year, just save up all your foil lands. I'll take all of them. Alright, Rune of Sustenance. 1 colorless and 1 white. Enchant permanent. When this enters the battlefield, draw a card. I like that. As long as enchanted permanent is a creature, it has lifelink. Okay. As long as enchanted permanent is an equipment, it has equipped creature has lifelink. Okay. So this enters, you draw a card. Love that already for 2 mana. If you put it on your creature, it has lifelink. If you put it on an equipment, so That way if the creature dies, this aura doesn't go to the graveyard if you equip it to an equipment. Alright, this is going in one of my decks as well. Alright, Rune of Flight, another one. Okay, enchant permanent. When it enters battlefield, draw a card. As long as it's a creature, it gets flying. As long as it's an equipment. Okay, so basically you have lifelink, you have flying. Nice. I'm guessing black would be death touch, right? I don't know. Alright, Runed Crown. When it enters the battlefield, you may search your library, hand, or graveyard for a rune card and put it onto the battlefield attached to Runed Crown. If you search your library this way, shuffle it. Equipped creature gets +1/+1, has equipped 2. Okay. Alright. Not bad. Rune of Speed, so this is the red one. When it enters the battlefield, draw a card. As long as it's a creature, it has haste. If it's an equipment, equipped creature gets +1/+0 and has haste. Alright, so we're missing the black and the green ones. Pyre of Heroes, 2 colorless. You tap 2 to bring into the battlefield. 2 colorless and you tap it. You sack a creature, search your library for a creature card that shares a creature type with the sacked creature and has a CMC cost equal to 1 plus that creature's CMC. Put it on the battlefield. Activate this ability. Okay, so it's a birthing pod basically, right? But it's for any color. Oh, another rare. Alright, Canopy Tactician. Other elves you control get +1/+1 and tap to add 3 green mana. Oh, it's a 3/3 for 3 and a green. Don't they have something like that already? And another land, Great Hall. Oh. So we have Great Hall Starnheim is our foil. And then we have a Worn Power Stone from the list as well. Again, a nice little card. It's been reprinted quite a few times, but still. The Urza's, what's that, Urza Saga? The Arctic Tree Line. Alrighty. I know I spend more time on those than I do on some of these cards, but hey, those are nice. Alright, we've got a Weathered Runestone, which is 2 colors to bring in. Non-land permanent cards in graveyards and libraries can't enter the battlefield. Players can't cast spells from graveyards or libraries. Holy shit. Oh, I'm sorry, excuse my language for all the children, but 2 mana, it says non-land permanent cards in graveyards and libraries can't enter the battlefield. Wow, that shuts off aristocrats, right? Oh, I don't know. This is going to find its way into a lot of commander decks right here. I don't know how much that is, but I would imagine that's going to go up in price. Cosmos Elixir, 4 colorless. At the beginning of your end step, draw a card. If your life total is greater than your starting life total, otherwise you gain 2 life. Alright, so, I mean, very specific to a gain life deck, but alright, not too bad. It'll find its way into some decks. Like veto decks, stuff like that. Whoop. Oh, another foil land. Yay! Oh, that is pretty, man. So pretty. Right time to bring out snow permanents too, considering it's January or February. It's been snowing here forever. Ooh, we've got our Rune of Might, so we're missing just the black one. Alright. So again, when it enters the battlefield, draw a card. As long as it's a creature gets +1/+1, has trample. And if it's equipment, then the equipped creature gets +1/+1, has trample. Come on, give us the black one there. Nope. Inga Rune Eyes, 3 colors and a blue for a 3/3. When it enters the battlefield, scry 3. When it dies, draw 3 cards if 3 or more creatures died this turn. This is pretty good with that blue one that came out that says instead of scrying, draw a card. So that's not bad. I like that. Kaya's Onslaught, 2 colorless and a white. Target creature gets +1/+1 and gains double strike until the end of turn, and you can foretell. Calamity Bearer, 2 colorless, 2 red for a 3/4. If a giant source you control would deal damage to a permanent, it deals double instead. Alright, so, I mean, very specific to a giant deck. Then we've got a Raven and a Replicated Ring token. Replicated Ring, man, that's a really good card too. Oopsies. Alright, we got 3 packs left. Sorry, I know these videos are taking a long time, but again, I'm learning these cards in this set as we go. So yeah, some cards are going to surprise me, and we're going to take a little bit of time to get to know what they are. And that's just the reality of it. I hope that you guys are enjoying the video, though. And, you know, leave me some comments below how I could speed it up if you think it needs being sped up or not. Alright, Giant's Grasp. 2 colorless and 2 blue. Enchant Giant you control. When this enters the battlefield, gain control of target non-land permanent for as long as this remains on the battlefield. Yeah, alright, not a good card. Dual Strike, 2 red. When you cast your next instant or sorcerer spell with CMC 4 or less this turn, copy it. You may choose new targets for that copy. So to me, this is a great card. One, for a couple reasons. One, you can pay it for 1 mana. It's an instant. You can do it whenever you want. 2, put this in a Calamax deck and just go nuts and enjoy yourself. Oh, that's pretty cool. Tyrite Sanctum. So it's a land. You tap for colorless. You can tap 2 colorless, tap this, and a legendary creature becomes a god in addition to its other types. And you put a +1/+1 counter on it. 4 colorless and sack this and put an indestructible counter on target god. Alright, not too bad. Something you're definitely going to want to be able to recur, you know, if you're going to put that in the deck, because you're going to have to sack it. But also the fact that you can put counters on creatures as well, so that'll find its way into some decks, I'm sure. Especially in Commander. Ice Tunnel. That's really nice artwork, man. Alright guys, we got one more pack left after this. Fire Giant's Fury. Colorless and a red. Target giant you control gets +2/+2 and gains trample until the end of turn. Whenever it deals damage to a player this turn, exile that many cards from the top of your library until the end of your next turn. You may play those cards. Alright, that's not too bad. Invasion of Giants. A blue and a red for a saga. Turn 1, you scry 2. Turn 2, you draw a card. Then you may reveal a giant from your hand. When you do, this deals 2 damage to target opponent or planeswalker. 3, the next giant spell you cast this turn costs 2 less. I mean, alright. Definitely. I mean, obviously, giant only deck. We have the Frostpire. Tap for red. You can tap 2 colorless, 2 blue, and a red. You sack it and scry 2. It deals 2 damage to each creature. Activate this ability only time you can cast a sorcery. But again, you know, you put this in a deck that's got some double, triple damage type cards. It can get pretty brutal. Ajar the Freezing Flame, a 3/3 for colorless blue and a red. Whenever a creature or planeswalker an opponent controls is dealt excess damage. If a giant or wizard... Oh, we got this one before. If a giant or wizard spell you control did it, draw a card. We got our flip lands. We have the Bark Channel Pathway, which is going to flip into the Tide Channel Pathway. So our green-blue. And another rare, Valkyrie Harbinger, whatever. 4 colorless and 2 white for a 4/5 flying lifelink. At the beginning of each end step, if you gain 4 more life this turn, create a 4/4 white angel creature token with flying and vigilance. It's pretty nice. And last pack, ladies and germs. Woo. So, in the comments below, you know, what do you guys think about this set? You know, a lot of people were down on it, saying there wasn't a lot of good stuff. Now it's been released, and everybody's saying, you know, there's some good stuff, there's some bad stuff, whatever. But, you know, I mean, just like, oh, wow, our 3rd foil land in these 10 packs. Oh, so pretty. I mean, it's just like every set, you know what I mean? There's going to be some good, there's going to be some bad. It's rare. I don't want to say it's rare, but unless it's a master set or something, it's tough to get a set that's going to have just an amazing card that you're going to play in every deck, or, you know, something like that. You know, like a Demonic Tutor is going to be in every black deck, you know, or an Enlightened Tutor in every white deck or something like that, you know. You're just not going to find that every set, so. Glimpse the Cosmos, 1 colorless and a blue. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. Put one of them into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library. As long as you control a giant, you may cast this from your graveyard by paying 1 blue rather than paying its mana cost. If you cast it this way, exile instead of putting it back in your graveyard. Frostpire Arcanist, 4 colors and a blue for a 2/5. This spell costs 1 colorless less to cast if you control a giant or a wizard. When it enters the battlefield, search your library for an instant or sorcery card with the same name as a card in your graveyard. Oh, this is just horrible for Commander. This is the second one that's just no good in Commander. Alright, Tibalt's Trickery. 1 colorless and a red for an instant. Counter target spell. Okay, counter target spell. That part's got me stunned already. It's a red counter spell. Choose 1, 2, or 3 at random. Its controller mills that many cards, then exiles cards from the top of their library until they exile a non-land card with a different name than that spell. They may cast it without paying its mana cost. Then they put the exiled card. Okay, whoa, that's... Oof. So you counterspell. Choose 1, 2, or 3 at random. You know, roll a die or whatever, right? Let's say it's 2. They mill 2 cards. Those go to the graveyard. Then they exile cards from the top of their library until they exile a non-land. Oh, that's... Yeah, I don't know about that right there. Alright, Surtland Flinger. 3 and 2 red for 4/6. When he attacks, you may sacrifice another creature. When you do, he deals damage equal to the sack creature's power to any target. If it was a giant, it deals twice that much damage instead. Oh, that's nice. That's going to be nice. Oh, and then we got another card from the list. Evermind. Spells without mana cost can't be played. Draw a card. And you can splice on as you play an arcane spell, you may reveal this card from your hand and pay its splice cost. If you do, add this card's effect to that spell. Alright, well guys, like I said, this is video 2. We'll have the third one brought to you here in the next day or so, which will be the last 10 packs of the box. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys are enjoying learning about these cards the same way I am. This turned out to be a pretty decent set. Yes, there are some cards that are not great in Commander. There are some cards that are great, you know. We'll just have to test them, see how we go. And thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.